Welcome to the Spunky Spirit Podcast. I'm your host, psychic medium Carrie Muggs. This is where we learn all things spirit, everything from spiritual gifts, awakenings, ghosts, aliens, and starseeds. Nothing is untouchable, but always fun and spunky. I am honored to be on this spiritual journey with you, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Hello and welcome to this episode of Spunky Spirit. I am psychic medium Carrie Muggs, and today we're going to talk about how to get through the holidays when you're grieving your past loved ones. So I'm not going to pretend that this is going to be easy. Grief is hard, especially during the holidays, and during readings all the time, I will have spirits come in and say, the holidays are coming up and I know it's going to be hard. Grief is always hard, but there's something about the holidays because we make those memories and we make all of those lifetime memories and all those things with our past loved ones before they passed. And so holidays are hard and grief is no joke. So I'm not going to pretend that these things that I'm going to talk about today or help you with are going to make things 100% better. Because to be honest, when you grieve someone or the loss of someone, you lose a piece of yourself. So it's never going to go back to normal. It's never going to be the same again. It's just something that you have to learn to live with. And that's what's so debilitating. That's what's so hard. And so I'm just going to list a few things that can help with the holidays or can help you during the holidays to maybe, it's not a one size fits all things. Grief is really super hard, but these things that I'm listing that I'm going to talk to you about today are some of the things that some of my clients do. And it does help them. Now, I'm not saying that if the passing was recent, it's going to make it all better. I'm just saying that these are things that you can do in honor of your loved ones, your past loved ones, and they can sometimes help you with the grief because grief is so crazy. Grief is like, it's like standing in the middle of an ocean and all of a sudden everything's fine and everything's calm and everything's cool. And then all of a sudden a wave just comes up and knocks you off your feet. And that's how grief is. You can feel like you're okay one day or 1 minute, and then the next minute a song can play and everything washes back over. So this is not a cure thing. If you're struggling this holiday season and you don't think you can get through, seek help. Seek help. These are just guidelines and things that some of my clients do to help them get through some of the hard times that they can do in memory of their loved ones or to feel close to their loved ones because they are around you. I know that it's so hard to understand, but their spirit is with you, especially during the holidays. Like I said in my last Carrie Connects that I feel like a lot of people say that the veil is thin during Halloween. During Halloween time, that's when the veil is the thinnest. I feel like the veil is the thinnest during the holidays. I feel like that's when they are so much more around. That's when small miracles happen. That's when you can kind of get a glimpse of that of that Christmas spirit, of their spirit. So really watch for the signs too. They can use lots of different signs. They can use pennies and dimes and electricity, blinking lights. They'll do anything to try and get your attention. They can play music, different songs that they enjoyed or different conversations that you overhear. They can do almost butterflies, birds, feathers, and be specific when you ask for a sign because if you just say, give me a sign, it's sometimes hard for them. Sometimes they'll send you a sign. It'll be a dime on the floor and you won't realize that that's what it is. Smells, they can smell their perfume, their cigarette smoke, different. Sometimes my dad will come through in a big like Coors or Budweiser truck right in front of me. So just know that they're doing their best they can. And sometimes we chalk this up as to being just coincidence, but I promise you it's not. It's how they connect and they are with you. So the first thing that I want to suggest, or one of the things I suggest, is do something they liked. So you can do something that they like to do. You can listen to music that they liked, which is kind of awesome. Sometimes it's just nice to put in some headphones, turn off the lights, turn on the fireplace, turn on the Christmas lights, and just listen to their music, their favorite music, or their playlist. Lots of people have playlists for their loved ones or songs that their loved ones liked. And sometimes you can feel the connection through that. You can just listen to music, your music, any music that connects you to spirit. Because if it's not their music, like let's say that if their music is something you didn't like, that's fine. You can listen to your own music that you liked. And that will connect you to, that will raise your frequency, and that will make your frequency a little higher, which will make it easier for your loved ones to connect to you. So listening to your own music, listening to music that just connects you to spirit is always a good idea. I sometimes just turn off all the lights and turn on the Christmas tree and the fireplace, and I just listen to music that my dad liked, or mostly this Christmas it's been old Christmas songs that my family used to listen to, my grandma and my dad, and I will listen to some of those old songs that they loved, because Christmas was a big thing for my family. So the next one is to light a candle. Do the same thing, but just light a candle in their honor and just sit and meditate on the flame and just kind of bask in it. Just kind of look at it. Know that when you light the candle, set the intention that it's for them. Every time I do a reading, I always light a candle before I do readings. And so if you come in my office and get a reading, you'll see the candles or the candle that I light each day, because it helps it helps them. It helps to connect. It helps you to connect. It raises your frequency. So if you light a candle in their honor, that's also awesome. And you can even add to that by doing automatic writing. You can sit down and just write to the music, and write. If you don't want to automatic write, then write them a letter. Tell them all the things that are going on in your life, things that have happened. You can even say that you're mad or angry because they're not there, and they will know. They'll list. They love all the time when I do readings. The spirits will come through and say they wrote me a letter, or they're writing to me. And I have lots of clients that feel closer to their loved ones when they do automatic writing. So if you don't know what automatic writing is, it's just when you set an intention and then you just write and you don't stop writing. Even if you don't have an idea, if you don't know what to write, you rewrite the same word over and over until another thought comes into your head. And you can do this enough that you can figure out that it's a loved one that is past loved one that's talking to you. Sometimes you'll think, oh, this is just me. But when you do it enough, you'll be like, nope, this is not just me. This is my past loved one. So the candle, the automatic writing, and also too, lots of my clients like to have memory trees. They do a Christmas tree or a memory tree in their honor, and they put nothing but their favorite decorations or pictures of the loved one on the tree in honor of them. And I've had lots of clients do this, and I think it's beautiful. Some of my clients don't even take it down after Christmas. They just put up a tree and they put some of their stuff on it, or they put their pictures on it, and things that help them to remind them of them. Now, if the past loved one has died recently and that's too painful, that's okay. It's like I said, grief can be really super hard, and it's just and everybody does it differently. And I know some people who don't listen to music right after their loved one passes away because it's too hard. And I know some people that don't like to look at the pictures for a little while because it's too hard. And if this is what you're going through, that's okay. Give yourself some grace and know that you can always do it when you're ready. You don't have to do it right now. And also to talk to them out loud. They love it when you talk to them out loud. They're already all around you. They're already with you. But when you talk to them out loud, it's like you're taking your dial on your radio and you're tapping into their frequency, and it automatically tunes you in. So talk to them out loud. They love this. And when you have thoughts in between when you're talking to them, check and see if it's something, because sometimes you think, oh, it's in my head, but they will talk back. But sometimes you think, oh, that's just in my head. So just be aware that they do talk back, or that's when they'll leave signs, is after you have these conversations with them. They'll leave like pennies or dimes or something around the house, or do something to let you know that it was really them. And so talk to them out loud. They love this. They come in readings all the time and say, talk to me out loud. You can do a celebration in their honor. And the way you do this is you just gather some family members or people that were close to them, and you do something in their honor. You can send them balloons, or you can all write them letters, or you can just sit and eat or and talk about them, or go through pictures of them. And they love this too. And because when you do get together as a family, so let me explain. So spirits are frequencies. Everything is energy, right? So their energy can be 5%. Some of their energy can be with you, and some of it can be with other loved ones at the same time. So they don't just have to be with one person at the same time. But when you get together in their honor and do things as a family, they can focus all their frequency in that moment. And so when you are together as a family, watch for different signs. I remember, and I hope it's okay that I share this. I hope my aunt doesn't get mad. But we were at my cousin's wedding, and all of his kids were there. His kids, his grandkids. We were all there, and my uncle, who had passed away, came through and how he did it was there was a big flower arrangement on the table that we were at. We were all sitting at talking, and right in front of us came this big butterfly and just sat right, and it wouldn't move. It just sat in the middle of this flower arrangement, and we all knew it was him saying he was there, because he could focus all of his energy, because all of his kids were there, his grandkids were there, his wife was there. He didn't have to like do 10% here and 10% here. He could just do all of his frequency there, which made it that much stronger and that much more available for everybody to see. So when you all get together, just watch for the signs, watch for the little things, because even lights blinking, because they want you to know that they're there. So a celebration in their honor. And you can also too, this helps too, is you can donate in their honor. I have a client who does a special every Christmas, does a giving thing for families. And I know that her past loved one on the other side is helping, because he's come through in readings and said, you know, that thing that you do at Christmas where you help families, I'm on the other side gathering those families together for you. So that's kind of an amazing thing. So they work with us on the other side when we donate, or when we donate things in their honor or do things in their honor. They're always there helping us, and they help us on the other side and bring through, he brings some of those families through that need help. He brings them to her, or finds them her. Just they help on the other side more than you know. Just like I very much trust spirit that the people who are sent to me by not them, not you, not my clients, but your loved ones. Your loved ones help you find me. So they are very much aware, and they divinely guide things to happen. And so I think that's beautiful. So you can donate, and if you don't have any money to donate on their honor, or to donate to a special thing in their honor, you can always donate your time. And I know for sure when you donate your time, or when you're with those who need those who need help during the Christmas season, especially, well, just anytime, I know that your loved ones are on the other side helping you do this. I feel them so strongly, because that's when you raise your frequency and you're connected to the divine. And so they help you do this. So when you're helping in a soup kitchen, or you're helping in some capacity, helping children, or buying gifts for needy children or needy people, they're with you when you do this. So if you drop presents off at somebody's door, or you like donate your time like we talked about, then they are completely with you, because they love doing this with you. They love when you help others. But I want to be really careful here too. I do believe in service, and I do believe that it's something that helps us. But I also believe that sometimes we give and give and give, and we don't take care of ourselves. So make sure you're in a good headspace when you do this. If you can't even help yourself, sometimes it's so hard to help others. And so I don't want you to feel obligated, because sometimes the one person that you need help, or that needs the most help, is you. So even if it's doing something for you one day is like an act of service, then do it, because they are there and they know that you need them, and they are helping you. And then the last one, when you do these things and you set an intention, I want you to be aware of the signs around you when you do it, because it's hard when you ask for these things or you do these things and then you miss the signs because you're not actively watching for them or you're not aware. Sometimes you have to be in the moment. So make sure when you do these things that you're in the moment. And the last thing that I want you to do too, sometimes you can just, all these things are great and they have the good feelings and all the things, but sometimes just sitting and crying and processing the feelings is good because they're going to be with you then too. And if you just need to sit and you need to cry and you need to let it all out and you need to just be with them, you need to go for a drive, you need to take care of you, take an Epsom salt bath, do a candlelit bath, they're going to be with you. And they don't care about showers and things like that. They're not like they're energy. They're with you. They don't care about watching you get dressed or things like that. So don't worry about that. If you just need to take care of you and you need to just sit and you need to cry, I promise you they will be with you during this time too. I have so many spirits that come through and say, remember that time that you had to fall apart in the bathroom, on the bathroom floor, or in the closet, or on the front room floor, or in the car. I was with you. And so if you just need to find a quiet space all by yourself and just cry your little heart out, you do it, because I promise you they will be with you. And that's so important because you got to process. It's so important to process those feelings because grief can floor you. And here's the thing too. These things might help you, but it is no way telling you how to grieve because there is not a one size fits all with grief. And loss is so immensely painful. And to somebody losing, it can be completely different. Pain is pain. Pain is pain regardless. But the intents of the pain for some people can be different for the intents of the pain for others. And nobody's pain is more important than anybody else's. So just remember that pain is pain. So, but I do feel like sometimes, depending on the relationship, it depends on how close you were to the person, or it depends on what your relationship was like, or if you're carrying guilt, or if the last thing you said to them was if you were having tension. So do your grief the way you want to. There is no rule on how long the grief should last. There is no rule on when you should get over it. Because here's the thing, grief changes you. And after a heavy loss like that, you are no longer the same. You're never going to go back to the way things were. And once you accept that, it gets a little bit easier every day. I lost my dad over 20 years and I still have days that I cry. So, it gets a little bit easier, but I don't even like to say that because it's not even easy. It just changes. The grief changes and some days are harder than others. And it's never the same. It's never going to be the same again. And I think that that's part of the grief is you realizing that your life is never going to be the same again because the loss was so brutal. So I want you mostly to give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace this holiday season and know that it is okay to miss this person and it is okay to cry and it is okay to do all the things and it is okay to not even want to do Christmas if you don't want to. And it's okay to not want to do the holidays or celebrate if you don't want to. You get to do it the way you want to. And if this Christmas is a timeout for you, then let it be that. Let it be. And that's okay. Because one thing I do want to tell you, and then one thing I do know with all of my heart, and I can I don't want to say testify to you, but I know they are with you. They are with you. And if you can take a still small moment and live in the present for just a minute, you might be able to feel them. And if you can't, that's okay. Because the grief can be immensely painful and it can stop you for a minute, but I promise you it will happen. So just give yourself some grace and know that this is, I don't want to say this is going to pass because it never does, but it can get a little bit easier as time goes on. And I know that for some of you that seems impossible, but I promise you it does. And so hold on. That's what they would want you to do. They would want you to hold on. They would want you to do the best that you could. And they would want you to not dwell on the loss because you're amazing and you've got amazing things to do ahead of you. And they're going to be with you while you're doing it. And so if you can't do it, I have one client that has this as her mantra, and her mantra, and I love it. If I can't do it with you, then I'm going to do it for you. So just kind of think of that, have that be your mantra during this holiday season. If you can't do it with them, then do it for them, and give yourself some grace and love yourself, because it's not easy. And so just do the best you can in any minute, in every second, and every hour, and every day. And they're going to be with you the whole time. So I hope that that helps. I hope that you guys give yourself some grace this holiday season. I hope that you find some peace in this message. And I just want you to know that they love you. They know you love them, and they are with you. So I hope you guys have a happy holiday, and I will talk to you. Next week is actually Christmas. So Christmas is Monday, and my podcast goes out on Tuesday. So next week might be a little late. My podcast this next week will probably be Wednesday, not on Monday. If I even do one Christmas week, I might take a break. So we'll see. I love you guys, and I will hopefully you guys will catch a little bit of the Christmas spirit, and I hope that for you. That is my wish, is that this year you find some sort of peace and some sort of spirit, and know that I love you, and they love you, and I mean it.